This is a video for the Payment Gateway edition from Technology Management.
So to demonstrate the payment gateway, we will create a new sales order for a customer. If we go to sales orders, add a new sales order, set the number, put in our customer number, come down, put a line in for an item, for the location, quantity, price, and then at this point on the order, on the invoice details, we'll check that the payment method code exists. We'll select one from the list. In this case, we're using the one called Sage.
So that could also be WorldPay or PayPal if they wanted to use that.
Yeah. In this case, it's Sage. We could select one called WorldPay or PayPal. We have those choices.
So are we now going off to their website to take the payment?
Yes.
If we try and release the order now, what happens?
So if we try to release the order at this point and press the release button, you'll see that it tells us that a payment gateway payment must be made before the order can be released with the payment method Sage. So it knows in advance that we should be taking an advance payment at this point, and because we haven't, it will stop us from releasing the order. So now would be the time to take the payment. So from here we choose the option on the menu for payment gateway, and the payment gateway payment box appears requesting information. This information should automatically be filled out, assuming the correct information is entered into the system. The details of the billing address and delivery address can be changed at this point. Once you're happy with all the information in here, you can click OK and proceed to the Sage Pay website.
So at this point it's going outside of NAV?
Yes.
So no credit card details go into NAV at all?
No. So at this point you will have taken the payment details from the customer and you will be adding the card number into the appropriate box. So type in a card number, put in an expiry date. Once we've filled in the correct card number and expiry date and valid from date if required, on this card details screen we would hit the option for Pay Now. And we now get a message on the screen to tell us that the order was complete and that the transaction was successful.
So how can I tell in NAV that that's happened?
When we go back into NAV, we can see the details of the payment that have come through onto the NAV sales order screen. We can see here that the payment gateway amount is $38.40, which is the same as the total amount of the sales order. We can also see the payment gateway log, which shows us the details of the payment. And we can see the payment status says OK, which means the payment has come through.
At the moment there's a 0 for my customer ledger entries.
Yeah.
Why is that?
At this point, the customer ledger entry number says 0. That is because we have not posted the payment into NAV yet for this payment. That will be the next stage. The current status of the order is open. The next stage would be to release the order. We hit release and the order status changes to released. So we can now go ahead and post the shipment and the invoice. So if we hit post and we ship an invoice, and we can open the posted invoice. And there we have the posted sales invoice for this sales order.
So now there's a payment in NAV. Has it been matched up against this invoice in NAV?
So now we go to make a payment in the cash receipt journal. So we go to cash receipt journals and we select our batch. In here we find a new option for suggest payment gateway payments. When we select this option, we can enter a payment date, account type and account number, or we can choose our filters required. So in here we can come in at the end of the day and we can post all the payments that we've received through the gateway through this option here. So we could choose a payment date range for today, or for this week. So here we can see the one payment that we have taken today, and we can see that that has been applied. If we go to apply entries, we can see the invoice that that payment has been applied against, which is the correct invoice. We can see the original order number, and we can see the invoice number that we raised.
And if it was multiple invoices, we would see this on a number of lines. If your sales order was shipped in 2 parts, so like if we bought 20,
Yeah.
if we posted out 10, invoiced and did the invoice at that point, and then if we sent out the other 10 to the invoice at that point, we'd have 2 invoices,
Yeah.
which then it would match up against. But in this case, it's applied it
Against the
correctly to one, the
Yeah.
whole amount against one invoice from one order.
If the payment is against multiple invoices, then it will have applied here against both of the invoices or all of the invoices. You can, at this point, change the application details and apply it against the correct invoice. You can manually apply at this point if required. So once we're happy with all of the payments on our cash receipt journal, we can post the cash receipt journal. And now the payment is made and it's allocated against our invoices.